about recycling, about doing something for the environment? Have you seen something or?
In our area, they've just recently started a process to make recycling of the plastic and glass and paper.
It just
Before
started.
it just went in the landfill. So they've made that process, they're getting started with that process.
In the college we have some, but you need to raise consciousness at everyone's level because people are
Everyone's
just like,
level.
oh yeah, that's the trend of the day. Oh, I'm not
No.
going to be able to make a difference. And we can. I agree with you. If every person, one of the things that I told them, we're going to get thirsty. It's going to be hot. I don't want you buying water in every corner and just having this. You are going to take a
Carry
bottle.
your little bottle, that you can refill.
Everyone brings their bottle. I mean, that was one
I
of the
was
things.
I have been impressed with most of you guys. I have seen people,
Refilling the water. And I say, if you want to drink bottled water, just keep refilling it. Don't buy the bottle because they have to go someplace. But I think we need to be really conscious at the Stanley community. How many people really recycle? We had our recycling, and I think you are in the committee, in the green committee, right, Josh? We're recycling. Oh, they do it. Okay, but you don't see that education. I think is the key, and it's something that I really admire
Awareness.
Costa Rica. The education from the school is part of their school system, how good they are in really making a difference. Because
we're trying. The
I
government
was
is
here in
trying.
'93 and I was here, 2 years ago, and I have seen a huge difference in
Yeah.
people's, in Tico's consciousness. So, and I think that has to do with education, and I wish we had that stressing more.
Yeah, you have to start from the little ones.
I mean,
really.
you have some areas like California has, however, always been in the vanguard in this kind of thing. But in the south, it's taking, and the idea that, the gas is expensive, then we don't drive the big cars. But after, well, I pay for my gas. I want this big
Yeah,
SUV, and
that's
that's not
the
the
thing,
point,
yeah.
But it's a process, and I think it's going to take us a long time. But we have, I think, a lot to learn. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
Neil was gonna had an opinion.
I was talking with Heath earlier, and he was telling me that, I mean, we were discussing, like, Heath, you know the numbers better than I do, but you said that, like, there's 300 million people that live in the United States. That's how many percentage of the world's population?
Like 0.5.
0.5% of the world's
yeah,
population.
high.
Yet America uses 60% of the world's energy. 60%. I mean,
That's lifestyle, really.
I mean,
That
it's,
life
I mean,
is
it's absurd. I mean, I've enjoyed so much while I was here, being able to live like without like things like an amenity that I thought was absolutely necessary to living, such as air conditioning. Like, I love air conditioning, but I mean, it's shown me today that, I mean, it's not necessary. I mean, you don't have to have it. I mean, and you don't live a terrible life because you don't have it. It's
You
just something you
open
can do
windows.
without. Yeah, I mean, there's ways around it, and I think it's like that with everything. I mean, there's ways around these problems. They're just not going to. They're not going to be as easy as what we're used to. And
Yeah.
it's a matter of, eventually it's going to have to get to where people, I mean, can see. I mean, people notice that they have to do something. They have to make a change. Because right now, for people living in America, they say, oh, global warming, no one's really worried about it right now because they don't see the problems in the world, and they won't listen to the people that tell them about it.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, we were talking about at the cloud forest about how global warming has shifted their environment so much that they're losing certain species
Oh yeah.
already. I mean,
It's good that you hear that from the guy that we're losing
Yeah.
some species.
Yeah, the
It's just-
quetzal is, you can only see it in Costa Rica now. We used to have tons of quetzales in Mexico.
Oh, Guatemala, Mexico.
Guatemala.
lots.
Guatemala is their their currency
Their
is called
curve,
quetzal.
yeah.
But what happened there in they said that hunting because of that's another thing, because of the feathers.
Oh yeah. Well, you know that like 5 years ago, when the whole movement and the whole global warming theory and all this start, there was a big. Are you familiar with OCDE? OCDE is an associate. It's not quite an association. It's much more than that. Of the largest and more advanced economies of the world. Most of the Europeans, Japan, China.